Guest with us, Mr. Gaurav Madan. Little bit about him is he's having more than 12 years of experience. He's co-founder of Nivi.ai, and he has got immense experience in various domains. Presently, he's managing a huge people of team. He is proposing design solutions for lucid charts, plant UML. He has got experience in full stack application development, code reviews, splitting monolithic application into microservices. So presently, he's working as a co-founder and chief technology officer Nivi.ai, and previously he has worked as a solution architect for Tech RBM. He has worked as a software architect in Technosys for around 7 years, and he has also worked with Infosys Chandigarh as a senior system engineer. So there he was working in the development using Google Maps, AI, APIs, AngularJS, Java, MySQL, jQuery, HTML, Grunt Builder, Karma, JavaScript Test Runner, RESTful Web Services, JSON, and so on. So we have got a very esteemed guest with us, and you all. This session is for all the students from all the domains. For CSI, for CSC students, specialization, mechanical, civil, technical, diploma, management students. So this is the age for the learning, and we can all learn the common fields, that is AI and ML, which applies to all the domains. So please note down the points and the session technicalities very carefully. And also, as you will be doing your internships in the EduSkill domains, so there also you will be required to do the projects, right? So this is going to be a very useful and a very knowledgeable session. Thank you, Gaurav sir, for joining us today. Thanks a lot from Gulzar Group of
Thank you so much,
Institutions.
sir. Thank you. All right. Shall I start, please?
Sure, sir. Sure.
All right. Hello, everyone. Very good morning. So if you can turn your cameras on, we'll do that later. But what we'll do is we'll take some screenshots of all the participants. I am audible? Yes. Can anyone please confirm? Okay, cool. And my screen is also visible, right? All right. So this is Google AI and ML, AI for All. It's a virtual internship program, and it's the day one. So our objectives are, we'll be talking about what is artificial intelligence, and we'll be talking about what is machine learning. Well, AI is going to be there in one and all the domains. Last Friday only, I had got a chance to participate in an event, AI for Leaders, and the leaders were from the manufacturing industry, textile industry, and the hospital chains, agriculture industry as well. So it was a great event, and that is why, like, all the industries now are trying to understand how we can leverage AI to its fullest. And it is not only for the coders game now. We'll be talking about the machine learning and its type, like how the machines are actually trained. Truth being told, you do not need to dive deeper even if you want to leverage AI, but having a gist of it, understanding of it, you would be able to train models, you would be able to use it for your use cases as and when required. We'll be training a model, a very simple model with no code, and we'll be using Teachable Machine, Google's Teachable Machine. For that, we'll build a simple smart food classifier, a very basic to help you understand how it can be leveraged in the code and how you can train, what all things you need for training any model. So before we proceed, a little bit about me. Thanks to Dr. Aman, he has already shared a lot about me, but just sharing a little more. So I'm currently co-founder and chief technology officer at Nivi AI Private Limited. So here we build SaaS softwares. We are platform providers for nutritionists, practitioners, gym fitness trainers, and hospitals. wherein we provide a SaaS platform as well as we provide REST APIs to the hospital chains so that they can consume and curate personalized diets for their systems for their clients. And I'm an open teacher, so I participate in Google developer groups. I have been participating in the Microsoft user groups events in the past, and I'm cloud and AI enthusiast. So I have got a chance to work with all the clouds now, like all the major one. So I got a chance to work with Microsoft, majorly Microsoft Azure, then AWS as well as Google Cloud. Nowadays, like I talk about Google Cloud on the Google Cloud events because I'm associated with Google developer groups. At Nivi AI, we are leveraging both AWS Cloud as well as Microsoft Azure Cloud. Being a startup, Microsoft has been contributing by giving us credits, and we are grateful to them because if you have the right ideas, there are organizations who will support you, by providing you free tools, by providing you credits, by funding you, and there are a lot of opportunities around the world. I'm a developer and a blogger. I'm a part-time blogger, I would say, not a very regular one, but I do post the updates on the LinkedIn. So if you want to follow, my handle is @CodeSteller on the GitHub as well as on the LinkedIn and Twitter. I'm a continuous learner because that's what you need to be when you are in this domain. First things first, if you have used YouTube, Google Translate, Google Photos, even Gmail or Face Unlock on your phone, then the fact is you are already using AI. You are already using artificial intelligence. If you remember, in the Google Photos, you have features like where it says same or different person, and then you can label it with a name. And next time when you find it with a name, it will give you all the similar photos, all the same or similar photos of that person. Similarly, Face Unlock understands your face continuously, and it will automatically unlock your phone. Google Translate learns continuously with a lot of data and gives you the accurate translation. As of today, it gives you multiple languages. Almost every language in the world can be translated. YouTube gives you recommendations based on what you are searching for, based on what content you read, and it is also using AI a lot. Even the Google search nowadays, when you do a Google search, it's not just bringing in the search results from the indexing, but it gives you the very first paragraph. If you see, it has actually leveraged generative AI to build up that content based on your past searches, and it remembers the context of what you are actually looking for. So one very important quote I want to say, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, as said by Arthur C. Clarke. You think of the technology like a few years ago when the smartphones were not launched, it sounded as a magic, you would be having a video call with the other person sitting at the other corner of the world. Similarly, the machines have advanced so much that they have been given the powers and the capabilities that human has, and that's where the artificial intelligence, generative AI, has come into picture. AI is definitely not the first or the recent terms. It is just that it is on the peak at this time, and it is now need of the hour that everybody should be using it. AI was first talked about on the papers in 1957, rather. Let's try to understand in the simplest words what is artificial intelligence. Well, artificial intelligence is the capability of computers and machines to think or act like humans. Any software that can mimic human activities, or that can think like humans, can see like humans, can observe, can listen, that software contributes to the artificial intelligence. It learns from the data and improves over the period of time. Learning adoption is just another skill that human Humans have, and softwares have the capabilities to learn from the data and improve over the period of time. Behind the scenes, it happens a lot. It sounds like magic, but it is not the magic. It is maths, it is data and smart programming working, all of them working together, leveraging cloud, leveraging elasticity, leveraging data, and a lot of complex calculations. Now let's try to think what human capabilities AI has. The very first one, vision. We can see as humans. Computers can see as cameras. You can say nowadays laptops have cameras, our mobiles have cameras. We can click pictures, and we can try out finding out an object just by opening Google Lens. You point to the object, you can search about it, right? You can find out what object is this. You can leverage your computers, you can click multiple pictures and try finding out similar products around the e-commerce, right? What other capability? Hearing. Nowadays, you can simply say, "Hey Alexa, can you do this for me?" You can uh, go and simply open the mic, and you can say, "Hey Google, can you do this for me?" And it is behind the scenes, not just listening to you, it is parsing that information and bringing out the right results. And in fact, if you ask questions like mass questions, like, it will directly answers you because they are being continuously trained with large language models. We have given the capabilities of thinking and reasoning nowadays to AI, be that DeepSeek, be that ChatGPT, even Grok. Nowadays, all the tools that are in your hands, they have the capability to think, to reason what answer it is giving, to counter and even generate the new content, which means AI has been given the capability to learn and adapt, as well as AI has been given the capability of creativity through the generative AI, which means AI can now generate content not just by searching, but it can generate altogether fresh new content which is actually not written by any other author. Incredibly great. Why? Because years ago, when you were actually looking for a research paper, you have to do a lot of work. Because you have to read a lot of books, you have to search a lot of articles. And now, if you want to do the same research, you can open any good tool, be that ChatGPT, be that Grok, and you can actually have a good knowledge available right there, because it will behind the scenes pull the information from the different sources, curate that information. However, that being said, AI still makes mistakes, which means AI is learning continuously, is improving continuously. Still, human is on top of the world. Humans have the capabilities way more than AIs, right? But what we need to do as humans, we need to leverage AI for our best. In what industries? In whatever industry you are working in, right? If you are working in agriculture domain, you may want to leverage AI to read and understand the history of a seed. You may want to produce the new seeds. You may want to experiment with the sensors, like, that can water the plants as and when required, in the quantities as much as required, not just turning the waters off and on, but it is also understanding the behavior of the weather. Think about it. You can think about the AI applications in many ways. Think about a simple shower, right? In your bathrooms, you have shower wherein you can change the water to hot and cold. What if there could be a sensor which can automatically maintain the temperature? Like, if you are like feeling the shivering, it can give you a little warm, and if you are feeling it hot, it should automatically uh, go towards the cold. So AI has that capabilities. All we need to do is we need to think on wherein we can leverage AI to its best. How AI is different from the normal programming. In traditional programming, there are straight, I would not say simple, but there are straight mathematical deterministic logics. You can define set of rules, define the logics, and it will always give you the same output provided the similar input has been given, right? In AI, you can actually train a machine in different ways. You can give it patterns to learn, you can give it data to learn, you can give it rules to learn, and you can actually do a mix and match of multiple ways to help a machine learn. And it works, especially the generative AI, it works as if a human brain works. It leverages uh, neurons and neurotechnology for that. So think about the neurons in your brain. It will connect all those dots and bring in the data for you. And that's how it can curate new data as well. Traditional programming, it follows the instructions. AI and machine learning, it can learn from the rules itself. Traditional programming has the fixed output, whereas AI machine learning improves with the data, right? It will, the more data you give it, the more it learns, and it has the capability to give you different answers to the same questions in different ways. I'll give you an example. Year ago, we had when we started learning about Chat GPT, we created our own Primpal at Nivi AI Private Limited, leveraging the prompt engineering. Big deal. We simply had an API and we did some prompt engineering on top of it. And now it answers us only in the food domain, and it gives you the right diets, it gives you the right foods, recipes, and even exercise just by giving the profile details. I can give you a small demo once we complete this presentation. Now, next part is, what is machine learning? Machine learning, you can think of it as AI as a field, right? And machine learning is a part of AI where AI is actually implemented, right? It's a part of AI where computers learn from data instead of being explicitly programmed. Yes, the programming is still required, but in a different way, wherein you train the models, you create the models or you train the models with the data, and then you ask questions, right? You can think of it as if AI is like teaching a child to walk, ML is like letting the child learn by observing others. So you give the data, models will try, understand, follow the patterns, and it will learn from that. So think of this AI as a bigger circle, it's a field, and machine learning is a subset of it, wherein you implement the artificial intelligence. And how you make machines learn, again, you can connect it to the real world. First one is supervised learning. In supervised learning, what happens is you label the data, right? So you can think of it as you add a lot of metadata with the available data. You can add labels to your pictures. Think of it as like I give pictures of apples and label it. Okay, this is an apple. Another picture is of mango. Then I label it with the mango, and we keep on adding multiple data elements, multiple fruits, for example, and label them. Next time when you give a picture, it will try understanding it. It looks like an apple. It could be an apple. So it gives weightage based on the supervised learning. It will give weightage on each of the data. If I give you even simpler example, think about this. Everybody of us, each one of us, we give exams, we get marks, right? Let's say we have 5 subjects, right? We have computers, maths, then we have history, and then we have science, and then we have English. Okay, computers, then maths, then English, history, and science. Those 5 subjects I said. Now everybody is getting marks out of it. Typically what we do a total, and we say this kid is the most intelligent one and has passed with the maximum grade. This is an excellent student. In AI, you can think about the same things in a different way. You can think like the students who are good in maths and computers may become a good programmers, and those who have excelled in in history and I would say English. They can be good communicators. They can go into the politics, which means observing the same set of data from different point of view, from different aspects, you can get different results. What AI does is AI tries to understand the same set of data from different aspects, labels it, weights it, and then answers it, right? So it will weight each of those numbers. Each of those students, it will weight, okay, this person is having marks, good marks in English, this is having good marks in computers, then average marks in science, average marks in computers or maths, and it will decide, okay, this person can go in politics, this person can go in engineering, this person can go in science, or he can become a scientist. That's how AI can work. Then another pattern is unsupervised learning, wherein you do not give the labels, but you give the patterns. AI tries to understand. If you have done then the exams, like there are logical patterns, like it tries to understand. You give the data one, like pattern 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the right output. That way you do the unsupervised learning. Then there is reinforcement learning. Think about this: when you ask, when you want your child to learn something, you say, okay, if you will do this, you will achieve it. I'll give you this reward. And if it does not achieve, you punish it. So by rewards and punishing, you do a reinforcement learning as if a human teaches his child. And the deep learning is even more complex, like I said, wherein you can see the watermark image behind, wherein it connects all the dots like the brain and is capable of generating new content. And it's really complex, and all the large language models are actually leveraging deep learning, wherein you make the machines learn in different ways by connecting all the dots in different ways using the graph nodes, and you make the machines learn. Okay. In today's session, we'll be doing a basic training of the data. So I'll be going to Teachable Machine. So that's time to go to Teachable Machine with google.com. It's free, so you can start using it. So let me go here, Teachable Machine with google.com. Okay. So I'll do a get started. Okay. So what you can do is you can do here an image project. Audio, you can train your data with your audio, and you can train your data with your images. You can even do a text-based training of the data. Okay. So for example, if I go here, so I'll take a standard image model wherein I'll give it certain images. Let's try building a, since we are from food industry, let's try, train it with different, say, I'll say vegetables, and then we have fruits, and then we'll add and give it the images of, say, drinks. Okay. And let's give it some pictures. So I'll give it some pictures. I have some in my system. So I'll go to vegetables. I have given it 4 images, for example. Okay. So I have given pictures of you. What you can do is you can simply go to Google, images.google.com, and you can look for vegetables. And you can give it certain images of vegetables and start training it. Well, you can have a lot of fun of it, because I have been doing it. You can turn on your webcam, and you can probably make different faces to train your models, like your happy face or a sad face or a neutral face, and your waving of hand. You can do a lot of fun with it. There is no code required at all. Even with the if you are working from the mechanical background, you can give it different images of the parts of the machine, and you can help the model learn about what kind of machine has what kind of parts. So you can do a lot of it. You can train models in different ways. So I'll give it some pictures of fruits. Let me give some pictures of fruits. So I've given some pictures of fruits here. Okay. So first one, I gave some vegetables, then I gave some pictures of fruits. Then I'll give it some pictures of, let's say, snacks or drinks, I'll say. So I have given it some pictures of drinks. Okay, so it is having some images of drinks. So I'll add another class. These classes are nothing but you have kind of labeled the data. Okay, so it is nothing but the supervised learning. You have labeled the data and you have given the data. Okay, that data can be unstructured like images, videos, or text, audio, right? And let's say I give it snacks, and I upload some images of snacks. Okay, so your data is now ready. What you can do is you don't need to do much. You simply say train the model. So I'll say train the model. The more the data, the best the results you would be having. What you can do is, since I have given only the you know in-memory images. So if your data set is bigger, I do not recommend that. I would rather say you connect it to the you rather give it some drive. You can give the access to the Google Drive. It has the capability of that, and then you can give the images from your drive. Once you have given these images, you have also the option to save samples to drive. You can also do a download samples. You can remove those samples. If you are playing around it, you can disable a particular class and retrain the model, or you can delete the class as well. Okay, then you may want to, so we have the output, so it has labeled all the data. What you can do is you can export the model, right? So when you have the option to export the model, you can download it on your local, and you can upload by simply having this. So it gives you that code on how it works, right? Or you can simply have this shareable link, right? What I'll do is I'll rather download the data. So I'll download this. Okay. Little bit of technical knowledge, but the major part is training the model, which means if you have thoughts, if you have ideas, you can actually start training a model and have any developer alongside you to do the basics. Like this gives you the major code, right? It is giving you the JavaScript code and even the Python code with you. So you can simply leverage it and use it to write your program. So what it is typically doing is it is downloading the model, which looks like this here. So I'll show you. Okay, so this model is having a metadata file, a model file, and weights. Remember I talked about the weights. What it does is it gives weights to each of those items, each of those samples. Okay, so it is giving the weights. So this is as simple as training the model. Not just this, you can train a model. Sorry. You can actually train the model by giving another set of data by audio, like I said. Let me show you. So I'll escape this. I'll go to this once again. Leave this. Get started. So you can do an audio project. I'll not demo the audio one. I'll demo this one only, but I wanted to showcase this. So you can see here, it needs a 20 seconds background noise. You do not need to speak. What it does is it will create a spectrogram. It will try to understand the 20 seconds audio. It will split into multiple 1 second audios, right? And then you can give the audio samples, which means it can try understanding your voice, which means if I want to have a model which should be learning my voice, I can actually do it by using this, right? So so if I do add a mic here, you can see, let's give it 20 seconds to try understand what it creates. So it is asking me the microphone. So I'll give it microphone permissions. Okay. So since my microphone, so it will record for 20 seconds. You can see here the images. I just wanted to showcase this. So it will generate a spectrogram and it will split those images to understand the background noise so that it can provide the distinction with the audio or the voice that you want to have in real. And that way it will, so if you see here 20 seconds voice, but it has split all of those voices, right? So you can do an extract sample. So it is having these spectrograms, and that way it will actually recognize the background noise. Similarly, you can give it the audio. For example, I can give it my, like I'm speaking, it will continuously do my recording, right? I'm speaking, it will make another sample, right? That way I can add samples to it. Okay. Then similar way you can train the model. It will need multiple samples, will not do it. I'll showcase you the image one, but let me show you the third option as well. So if I say get started, you can actually have log into the Google Drive and you can give it the data from your Google Drive directly. Okay, so I'll give to Google Drive and I can connect. Okay, so it will directly ask me what files I have. I have given very limited permissions, so we'll need to. Similarly, you can give permissions, like you can have different poses, you can name them and train your model for that. Okay, so it's a very simple machine. So going back to our this image one model, so I'll create it one more time. So what we did is we did vegetables. Okay, so what we did, we added certain vegetables. I'll not download, but I'm just showcasing how you can give different images, right? Then fruits. Okay, then I'll have snacks. Then we have drinks. So all you do is train the model. The model is trained, and you finally export the data. Okay, so you can leverage this code. So I'll show you next. I have already taken this code in my application, so I'll show you that next. So I have created a smart food classifier for this. So what I did is I simply created a Flask-based application. Okay, so for that I have run, very first thing I have done is Python mvenv env. So I'll hit an enter. So it has already done that. This has given me virtual environment. This is a simple Flask application which will render a template from index.html. This index.html I majorly copied from the code that I was showcasing you while training the model, the TensorFlow.js, right? I didn't do any magic. I simply copied the code from there and have modified a little bit by adding a nice heading and all. Okay, and then let me show you. Then I have added this model. What this model is, this is the one I downloaded. This is TMI image model that we downloaded after training. Okay, so I have done that. Okay, next we need to do is simply run my application, Python app.py. So it will run on my system. So I'm having this application running. Okay, so what I can do is now I can give it any image. So try to find out what it is recognized as. Okay, so I'll say images.google.com. I'll say Apple, and we'll have this image. We'll open it in new tab. We'll save it. We'll say test image. Okay, and then we'll give it to our classifier to find out whether or not it is able to find it out, to understand it. So you can see here, when looking at the apples, it is mostly thinking it as fruits, but a little score is also given to it as vegetables, because our total data set, right, it's very small set of data and it is still learning. It is mostly thinking it as a fruit, but little bit it thinks it as a vegetable as well. Okay, let's try to give it a neater image. So if I give it any cold drinks, so let us try to give this one. Anybody, any questions so far? Going once, going twice. All right, so I'll give it a cold drinks image. So I'll go here and I'll simply give it a cold drinks. So you can think of it as, you can see here, with this one, it has a full confidence that this is a drink. This is not a snack. This is not a fruit. This is not a vegetable. Right? So what we did in this, let us try to understand the code a little bit. We simply uploaded the image. Okay. And in the code, we simply give it the model. It will read that model and it will try to predict it from there. And finally, it is simply, pasting that in the image on image upload and giving the data on there. It is adding the source of that image that we uploaded in there, and it is adding the text, whatever we added, whatever score it has got. Okay. So what we can do is we can try adding some more data and see if we can have better results on the fruit side. So drinks, let us try to understand. We have given this a glass and the cold drink in here. Let us try to give it a bottle, whether or not it understands it. So I'll give it this way. I'll say image. Okay. So I'll say save, soft drinks, save. Let's try to find it out. Soft drinks, image. So you see here, now its confidence is a little lesser. Let us try to understand why it is a little lesser. It says it is mostly a snack, mostly a drink, but still it could be a snack. Now, let us try to find out what kind of data we trained it with. So if I go to my images in the drinks, so what data we give it? We give it this drink in glass, next one, this one also in the glasses, this one also in the glasses, right? This one is also in the glass, and this one is also in the glass. What this means? This simply means we need to give it more data. We need to train it with more data. Okay. So let us try to give it more data next time. So we'll go back here to our model. So I'll go back this one. So I'll give it more images. So let us try to give it more images. I'll say cold drinks. I'll give this one as well. I'll put it in the drinks. This one also I'll put it in the drinks. And let us try to have this one also in the drinks. So what we need to do is we need to train the model with the different set of data and give it the pattern like what looks true to us. Okay. I'm actually waiting for the curious questions like how you would be training if you have massive amount of data. So that's where you will be leveraging the generative AI. So, but before that, let's try finding out this one. Okay, so we will be giving it a little more data. Let us try to give it this picture also. Okay, now this time we'll train the model again. So I'll go to my drinks. We'll choose the model. And from the drinks, I'll give it all the images. Okay, and we'll do the training again. So you can see here, you should not be switching the tab when the training is happening, because this particular data it is taking in memory. Okay, so I'll download this model. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll open this one and I'll copy this. We'll go back to my code, revealing finder, and we'll replace this. Okay, so now this is replaced. Let us try again with our program whether or not it worked well. Okay, so I'll hit a refresh. This time I'll say fruity. Okay, so I'll give this bottle. Let us try finding in the new image. We'll say save it in the test. Save it and simply do a test one. Okay, so you see here, last time when we give it the model, give it the bottle, it was a little less confident, right? The score was 0.7. This time when we have given it a bottle, it is more confident that this is a drink. Okay, that's how you keep training your data, and that's how you can build a smart food classifier. I take questions for now because we have just 10 minutes pending. So anybody, any questions, because this is a huge team here. So I'll take questions now. Or if you want to try out with any other images, any other questions you have. All right, so I had, no worries. I had talked about that I'll be showcasing you the real project wherein I'll showcase you the label based, the prompt based, wherein talked about how a GPT like thing works. So my screen is visible to you, right? So I'll go to qb.navy.ai.
So there is one query from Abhishek in
Yes.
the message box.
Yes. Can you please explain the file structure, how files connecting with each other? Sure, sure. That's what I am expecting. Okay. All right. So here is how you start. What I'll do is I'll create the same application from the scratch. Okay, in a new window. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll create a blank folder first of all. Learn. I'll say demo. So I'll say file, open folder, 2024. Okay, so first things first, you